Hello and welcome to Startup Hack. Today we are going to talk about request response in .NET with HttpClient. So let's jump right in. Make sure to check out the link down below because we always provide the code samples that you can pull down and follow along so you can see in our project. Do you want to earn $100,000 a year? Do you want to become a software developer within just 3 months? With our amazing course and awesome tutors, you never have to worry about getting stuck. We help students to learn skills that companies want to hire. We are Startup Hack. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. So let's get started. Alright, let's start with sending requests. The standard HttpClient feature an easy to use API with one-liners for most HTTP methods, JSON serialization and deserialization, system.net.http.json extension methods, and utilities for managing headers. To make simple requests, you need a few lines of code. So here's an example. HTTP client performance consideration. The HTTP client manages its connection pool, and instantiating it multiple times throughout the application can cause socket exhaustion. To avoid this, it should be used as a singleton. However, there are few problems with the client being singleton. You cannot change connection properties once the client is instantiated. You cannot have multiple settings for different requests. DNS entries are resolved only once and ETL is not tracked, which is why it is recommended to use the HttpClient factory. Using the factory, you can instantiate and configure as many light HTTP clients as you need, since they use one of the pooled HTTP message handlers managed by the factory. Alright, let's move towards HttpClient factory. Using the HttpClient factory is trivial. We can add it to the service collection using the add HttpClient extension method and simply inject it into our services. This approach resolves all the aforementioned issues. So here's the example. Alright, what are name clients? Often we need multiple configuration of the HTTP clients used in many different places in the app. This can be achieved using name clients. You can add multiple named HTTP client configurations and reuse them throughout the application. So here's the example. Okay, now receiving requests. There are two ways to receive requests in ASP.NET Core application. The old one is the MVC where every resource is represented by a controller that contains all endpoints for that resource. The new way available since .NET 6 is by using minimal APIs. It introduced a new lean, fast way of building APIs with minimal dependencies and boilerplate code. So controllers. To register controllers, we use add controller extension method on the web application builder. All controllers within the assembly decorated with a controller or API controller will be registered. The controller defines the route of the resources, while the methods are decorated with HTTP method attributes that contain the route to the endpoint relative to the route. So here's the example. As you can see, it's trivial to return an HTTP response with a serialized body. The API controller contains helper method for all HTTP responses, but you can always write your own action result if you ever need custom behavior. Extremely uncommon. Alright, what are minimal APIs? Using minimal APIs, the whole app can be reduced to a few lines. So here's an example. To inject dependencies in minimal APIs, simply include them in the parameters of the handler delegate. If you forget to register the service, ASP.NET Core will assume that this parameter is supposed to come from the body. This is why it might be a good idea to add the from services attribute so that you are explicit about it being resolved from the DI container. So thank you for watching this video. I have shown you how to send HTTP requests in .NET using the standard HTTP client and set up endpoints for an ASP.NET Core API. So don't forget to subscribe our channel and hit the bell icon for latest updates. To joining our course, you can simply go to our website called startuphack.com. Thank you.